Hello, everybody. This is Sun, Star, and Spirit with your timeless tarot and oracle messages from Spirit. So, viewer, these messages are timeless and should resonate for the most part. But if you find that they don't, you may check out another one of my videos or check back again when new messages find you. So, let's get into it. Okay. So, what messages do we have from Spirit today? I hope everybody's doing well. Been doing your thing, not taking crap from people. Oh, cards. So I've got the lovers. Okay, so if you're looking for a love reading, this might be one for you. Then I have the Six of Wands. Okay, and we're coming up with the Death card. Because we're looking at the Lovers card initially, I'm really feeling like your Six of Wands is all about working toward each other individually, okay, in your relationship right now. So it's not so much about working on the relationship as much as the individuals in the relationship right now really need to work on themselves. What I'm getting is that you two are really in the beginning stages of a lot of interchanges for yourselves. And sometimes that can be really challenging for a relationship because you start to feel like you're with somebody that you don't even know anymore, right? Depending on how much they change. And when you're talking about the death card, for me, this is a major change. This is a major um, rebirth, right? We've got peacock energy here. I mean, phoenix energy, the mythical peacock, firebird. And I'm seeing that you guys have spent a lot of phases together, many years of phases together. But right now is just a time of realizing that, you know, we play different parts in the universe, and sometimes those parts that we have to play don't mean that we are doing them together. So this is a lot about exploring your individual needs, individual changes going on with the two of you. And so I'm going to get an oracle card or cards, depending, and see what comes up about these changes. So we want to know more about these changes that the couple is experiencing individually. And the peacock spirit, the phoenix spirit that's coming up in the death card that I've pulled really talks a lot about just a new beginning, and it could be eternal life, it could be all kinds of different things, but it's almost like for you, viewer, you really are starting to learn that it's time to become who you are, right? So it's like this shedding that needs to happen for you. And whether your partner is on board with that or not, that's going to be totally up to y'all to decide. But what I'm getting is that you're realizing that you need to let some light shine that you have been sort of putting on the back burner for a long time. And it's time to let that out, okay? So let's see. Now I've been using the Star Tarot. This is the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. Lovely cards for her. We have Eagle Spirit come up. Okay. So Eagle Spirit talks a lot about spirit integrity, connection to the angelic realm. I'm getting a lot of like, you've kind of had this calling, right? That you're waking up to things that you're able to do. It's almost like you have a view of things from a different perspective, right? Because the eagle spirit is a lot about kind of like zoning things out a little bit so you can see things from either a higher perspective or from a more whole perspective, and not so much through the lens of the relationship anymore. So it's like, as this becomes more and more the reality for you, it's sort of hard to shift with your partner, right? I mean, you're sort of kind of getting your own idea, your own picture of things, and that may not resonate with your partner right now. Because I'm getting that there's a lot of like, you're going to have to do some work to reach for this like end game that you have in your mind of what things should look like. I'm getting also that you are hearing things from spirit. So you're getting like a little bit of that clairaudience sort of ability coming through. So it's almost like you're starting to hear these messages from spirit world. And here I am to deliver them, by the way. But basically, it's like it's your heart is being pulled somewhere else. And it's not that it's a lack of love or a lack of willingness to be in the relationship, because I don't think that that's the case at all. I think what's happening is that you're a little bit worried about the person that you may change into may not quite jive with the person that you're currently with, because when we change as we grow together, we have to remember that the person that we become or the person that we change into may not be the person that, the other person's in love with anymore. And that's scary, especially when you still feel the same, right? I mean, you may be changing on the inside in a lot of ways, but it doesn't mean that you don't feel the same way about your partner. So for me, I feel like with the integrity piece of the eagle spirit coming through, it's a lot about just being totally honest, totally forthright with what you're feeling, what you're going through. And if your partner isn't receptive to that, then that should already speak something to you anyway, right? Because they should be loving you as a whole person. And if they're not able to do that, then you need to take a step back and really think about why that is, and what changes are, sort of like looming for you that your partner may not want you to go through because they just can't see you that way, or whatever the case may be. And again, this could be male female partners are all I'm saying. So like it just depends. It could be a roommate for all I know, and maybe they don't like what you're starting to get into. But for me with the Lovers card, it really is more of a romantic relationship that you're currently in. And so just remember that when you are called to reach for a higher purpose, answer the call. Okay. Everything else that's meant to fall into place will fall into place for you. So try not to talk yourself out of things that you are feeling and sensing and intuiting are meant for you. Okay. That's a big deal. So don't give up on things so easily. I mean, transitions can be really hard, especially when you're going through like this death card. It can be kind of major, and we're not always prepared for those big shifts. So we'll see what happens. Let's see what else Spirit has to say here. So I'm going to go ahead to the Dragon Tarot. And I just got this deck recently. I really started to get exposed to it a long, long time ago. It's an older deck. It was printed originally in the 1990s. And, I'm older than the 1990s, but when it came out, I fell in love with the images of the dragons on the cards. And so, what else, Spirit? What else? We've got the Seven of Swords. Okay. Seven of Swords. Like you have to remember not to, you're like, you've gotten yourself into a box, right? Like you're a free thinking person generally, but I think the relationship kind of has you sort of feeling like you're in a box a little bit, right? Like we want to be agreeable with our partner a lot of the time. Sometimes that's not really the right path. Sometimes it's just the easier path. So I invite you, okay, to remember that sometimes the hard road is the one that we're supposed to pick. Okay? So let's see, what else? What else do we need? So I'm pulling from the Robin Wood deck. I saw this used recently with somebody online that I follow. I'm not going to name names right now or name drop or any of that stuff. But basically, the Robin Wood deck is another deck that's sort of like an older deck that's been in print for a long time. Really beautiful pagan images on this deck. And I really like the back, the Celtic knotting on the back as well. So let's see what the Robin Wood deck thinks about all of this boxing in. First card just came right out. Okay. So we've got the Ace of Swords, which is the sword of truth. Okay. So what I was saying before about it's really important for you to be forthright, for you to be very honest about what you're going through. It goes a long way. Okay. Because we don't want our partner to think that why are they not telling me everything? It just invites people to tell themselves a story. Okay. About what's going on with you. And so the more important thing is like, when you love somebody, when you care about somebody and you're spending your life with them or living with them or sharing a child with them or wherever this like foundation of this relationship comes from, the honesty part is really important. And you notice that we have a lot of white flowers. Okay. This is just, it's telling me that the truth will purify where you're at. In other words, it's going to help you get rid of the things that you don't need anymore, right? The Ace of Swords cuts away all the crap. Okay. So cut away the crap and just feel that, right? Like be honest, be truthful. Remember that integrity is a big piece to developing in your spiritual life. And if we can't even get to the point where we can tell the truth and have integrity for who we are, what we stand for, then you've got a lot more work to do than just your relationship. Okay. I've got the Spiral Tarot. This is my first deck I ever bought as a kid, 15 years old. Ooh. Bought it in Salem, Massachusetts from Lori Cabot's shop at the time. I don't know if it's still there anymore. This is, over 20 years ago. But the card that comes up is the Three of Cups. This card is a card of celebration. It's a card of enjoying your time with friends and getting their support. Okay. So if you don't feel like you have that kind of support at home in your relationship, then really what you want to focus on are the good friends who are supporting you, who are always going to be, right there to say, you know what, might sound crazy, but I've got your back, right? Who are your ride or die people? These are the people that are going to help you with these changes. Okay. And they're ready to toast you, to help you in whatever way you need it. But you just have to remember your friends are there, okay? And they're not invested the same way as like a romantic partner would be. They're more invested in your friendship and you as a person, your partner that you're living with. You're sharing all different kinds of things. You're sharing intimacy, you're sharing living space. You're, like I said, you might be sharing children, whatever the case may be. And so the deal is like, there's healing in friendships that are good, true friendships, where there's no judgment, right? Where they're not judging you on, whether or not you did your hair that day. They're not judging you whether your sink is full of dishes and all of that stuff. These are the people that support you through these major shifts, especially, like I said, with this like sort of rebirth that you're going through. You're reinventing yourself, you're changing into something more beautiful, and your purpose is becoming clear. Okay. It's a scary thing. I mean, nobody really likes change, but that's part of why we're here, right? We're here to experience changes, and test our got teach and share. Okay, this is a really pretty card. And this is about instilling, instructing, and educating. So some of you may be feeling called to teach. There may be something that you really felt like you've always wanted to do. And maybe it's something you're not even prepared to do, but you can feel that you're meant to teach people. Okay. You're meant to share with the youth. You're meant to sort of be a guide for, people that are learning these types of things. And even if you don't have all of the, spiritual connection and all of that stuff yet, and you just kind of have like that sense of being on the edge of it and it's starting to develop in you, your greater purpose may indeed be to be a teacher to others. And I'm not saying be a guru. I'm not saying, start a church or anything too intense, but like, your purpose down the road, I feel like really has something to do with teaching others, either younger people or people older than you even, because in a lot of cases, your spiritual development has nothing to do with how old you are in this world. Okay. But I really feel like that's something that has interested you. It's like you see teaching as a sacred act. And when you feel that strongly about a profession, it's a very good possibility that you're being called to it for a reason. You probably have something very special and important to offer to people seeking that knowledge. So what else do we have here? So I have my Animal Spirit Oracle. This is a deck the Spirit Animal Oracle. This is Frederick Calandini's deck. There are so many animal spirit decks out there. This one I really, really like. And I'll tell you why when I show you the card that comes up for you, okay? Oop, here we go. So we've got the Turtle Spirit. Turtle Spirit is really interesting to me because I immediately think of, these creatures that are so long in life. But anyway, this is about time, right? It's about divine timing. It's about your time. Okay. When the time is right for you, that's when you need to answer the call. Okay. And I feel like right now you're getting your call and they're saying, hey, the time is now. And turtle spirit is sometimes it's about, I also think about how indigenous cultures in America, some of them saw the turtle as, the holder of the world, right? We're all on the back of the great turtle. And so a little bit of it tells me that you are feeling kind of burdened with a little bit of this, like you don't really have an outlet. And I really feel like that's where your friends are going to be important to bring in, right? To be that support, because you might not be ready to come right out the gate and say, hey, lover, hey, partner, I'm having a spiritual awakening. Because sometimes we're just not there with our partner. But despite the fact that the truth being told here is going to be super important for the way things develop with you two, Sometimes we're just not ready for that. And some of it is about waiting for the time for you to find that when the time is right for you, to go ahead and do that stuff. And sometimes the time is now, and there's really no getting around it, right? So try to honor the turtle spirit in that. You may find that you're seeing turtles more, or you are, you might see them online, you might see them on the road, you might be going on a camping trip and maybe you see a tortoise or a turtle or something like that. But a lot of the time when these animal spirits come up in a reading, it's not too rare that they begin appearing to you to remind you of these messages. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my star deck. Okay, let's see, what else do we need to know about these messages? What else do we need to know? This deck, got the deck. Oh, and we're going to take this one too. So we have the Judgment card. Okay, Judgment card. And also bottom of the deck that wanted to pop out, the boom boom stick, y'all. The Ace of Wands. Okay. Um, I took that joke from another person's channel. I think she stopped doing videos, but like she used to come up with her Ace of Wands and be like, y'all, the boom boom stick is coming out. So I just will never forget that. So forever, I will see this as the boom boom stick, Ace of Wands. So Judgment card came out first. Judgment card is always, to me, it's like finding that there is a new North Star for you, right? What you're aiming for, what your goals are, that is shifting everything. I said that a little bit earlier because, like, y'all, just look at this, okay? You're reaching for a new goal. You're looking at this North Star representation here with Ursa Major, okay? Your focus in life is about to shift dramatically, okay, to more spiritual centered sort of life. And this card is also about real, like, awakening to your spiritual essence. Okay, we're all human beings, we're all going throughout life all the time, and when you actually do wake up and realize that we are spiritual beings having a human experience and not the other way around, it really changes our perspective on things. And it really means that we need to adjust the way that we are seeing things. And I just wanted to say right here, like, this huge eagle at the top of this card, and we've got eagle spirit came out already. So I really feel like you are feeling drawn to the angels specifically, and also just the fact that you are seeing that you're just not just a human. Okay, you're a spiritual being and you're having an awakening. And what are you going to do with it? Okay, you could have a purpose that is teaching and sharing with others in life. Okay, your experience could be that important that you need to impart things to others about what you're going through right now. Okay, okay. So that Judgment card, yeah, it speaks a lot to sort of like the fact that this is just now sort of coming into your life as a focus. And, the Ace of Wands tells me that, you potentially have the opportunity to do this as a new career. Okay. So it's not just about, what you could share with others, maybe on your own someday. It's also about, hey, I have this gift, I have this ability, and I'm going to use it, and I'm going to fulfill my purpose. Your personal purpose, okay, is this new sort of like, I've awakened to this new purpose, this new job that I now have. Okay, and this is important stuff. This is really important stuff. And I'm just going to go back to the Lovers card real quick because I didn't show it too close up, but basically you even have an angel in here up at the top, right? um and these two lovers, they're sharing their cup, their relationship together, and they're bringing their two aspects together. And one of these sides of the partnership here is about to shift into something different and new. Okay, um so try not to hold yourself back. I mean, it's hard because you don't want to lose something that you're already invested in, but nobody's saying that that's going to happen. It's a shift for you personally. And in the beginning of the reading, I had talked about, like, these are partners that are together, and individually the two people in the partnership have changes to make. They've got growth to do, and that's going to happen. Okay, so let me get a couple more cards. So I want to know Spirit, if you could tell me how specifically you're helping the viewer with these changes, I think the viewer would be very interested to know how to connect closer with you. What can you tell us about how you are helping the viewer? This one. Three of Wands. Okay. Three of Wands, if you notice, it's about, basically it's about some travel. It's about your ships coming in. Okay. So once you make up your mind, kind of like where you're going to go with all of this, Spirit is sort of guiding you on this journey. Okay. So really mostly from me, I feel like the growth that I'm seeing, here, this person's kind of looking out across the water about these ships traveling by. Just don't let this opportunity pass you by. Okay. The timing is now. Okay. It's scary, but we only grow through adversity, right? We're not pushed to really progress unless we have a challenge, and this is your challenge calling to you. And Spirit is like, hey, I'm just letting you know that you've got this challenge here that we've got lined up for you. Let's get on it. Okay, we're helping you, and let's find out about a potential outcome for you. Okay, how is everything going to go once you have this sort of like journey in your mind that this is where you're going with everything? What is the potential outcome for our viewer today? Potential outcome for the viewer. Okay, the Sun card. That's all you need to know. Things are going to be okay. All right. You're going to find this balance. You're going to make this beautiful transition. See this beautiful butterfly here in the middle, in the center? That's you in the center, changing, transitioning into something beautiful, blooming, finding harmony, right? You've got your balance and harmony in the middle in your heart. The Sun. It's going to be okay. All right. Getting Leo energy there. I'm not sure if that speaks to you Leos out there who may be watching, but I'm getting a lot of that crown chakra energy here. I'm getting heart energy here. I'm getting Leo energy with the Sun card. And, for you Leos out there, if this resonates with you, I hope you found it. I feel like the time is really now. Okay. Just trust your heart. Okay. Trust the relationship is going to be the way it was meant to be. Trust that your rebirth is going to be a beautiful result. Okay. I know things look kind of dark here with death here, but look at this beautiful sunrise at the end of your journey. Okay. So things might be kind of rough when you're making these changes, but just trust it. Trust it. That's part of starting a relationship with Spirit, is trusting it. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Everybody take care. Okay.